Well, it's Tuesday. We're doing it. Yeah, here we are. Wearing this hat. I'm going to put this on in a minute. I'm not wearing it right now, but I'm going to wear it in the show today. So if you saw it, you saw it. But if you haven't seen the hat yet, it's coming up. It's coming up. Okay. Here we go. Jen's here. Hello, Jen. Greetings to you. Happy Tuesday, as they say. Bob, greetings to you. I just saw a post from you wondering about my address. I didn't see if you've gotten it yet, but I can send you the P.O. box if nobody's sent that yet. Happy Tuesday, Rachel. Greetings. Yes, we'll get to the Lady Jerry updates. That is going to happen. But spoiler alert, she's doing this much better, I think. Where's Keys? Dave, that is an excellent question. I suppose he's got his pants on. He can't get his pants off. And he's stuck in the world of people who wear pants. I mean, and I know that includes some of us. I don't know where Keys is. I'm going to imagine he's going to return from some kind of vacation and have a story for us. Or he may have moved on. You know, we could be in a Nanny McPhee situation, you know. As long as you need her but don't want her, she's there. But then you want her but don't need her, she's out of there. I don't know who I am in that scenario, or if that's Keys' Nanny McPhee. I'm not really sure what's going on, as usual, but I'm used to it now. Stuck hopping around on one leg, Dave. Possible, es posible. So yes, let's. Mr. Predicto waits for us. Rachel sent me the P.O. box address. A little birthday present coming my way. Oh well, thank you. Oh, the day after your own, Bob. Congratulations on our birthdays coming up. Someone at Jiu-Jitsu said, oh, your birthday's coming up. And I said, yeah, it's always coming up. Just because sometimes at Jiu-Jitsu, your birthday present can be an ass whooping. And not that I'm not getting one of those every day in there anyway. Hey, Ouija, greetings to you. Dana's traveling the world right now. Wow. Well, that's amazing. Yeah, I haven't heard from Dana for a while either. Another Iowa guy trapped in a California world. So what have I got? Lady Jerry update. Lady Jerry is feeling sort of not so great. I went to the grocery store today to get her some stuff. She's hurting. I think she was very disappointed this morning to not be able to get a hold of the doctor and get in because she's really in a traumatic state. And I think she's lost a little bit of weight. And she doesn't have a lot of weight to lose because she's just not. Food tastes weird in her mouth. I think there's there's TMJ was the original diagnosis, but there may be some other neurological thing going on that's giving her the migraine, or that may be a part of some other thing that's going on. So hopefully she's going to get into the doctor tomorrow, and hopefully we're going to get an MRI scheduled for soon. And we're going to get to the bottom of this. She's not in. I mean, we don't know what's going on. She's in some pain, and she's not feeling great, and it's affecting her emotionally now as well, as those of you who suffer from pain know. It can over time wear on you. So she had a big cry this morning. And I'm hoping that she's going to be feeling better when I go in after the show to see how she's doing. I did go to Trader Joe's today to get her some of her favorites, the greatest hits from Trader Joe's, the sag paneer, the veggie tikka masala, and pot stickers, veggie pot stickers. The many days of pain. Yes, Jen, that is what's going on. Well, it is Tuesday. And that means it's time for a story from the Bible. And today's a short one. God chooses David to be king of the Jews, Jewish to the Israelites. It's hard, it's tricky sometimes to know how we're referring to everybody in the book. And then also, let me pick out a letter from Grandma here. So we've got a letter from Grandma. I think today, maybe we'll take a break from letters from Grandma again. After this for a little while. Take a little summer off. You're saying a prayer for Lady Jerry? Thank you, Jen. I appreciate it. God chooses David. God spoke to Samuel God speaks to Samuel a lot when he's choosing kings of the Israelites. And as you remember, he chose Saul, who then turned out to not be the king. He was not the king we were looking for. And so God spoke to Samuel, telling him to go to Bethlehem, where he would find a man called Jesse. I've chosen one of the sons of Jesse to be the next king, God said. So I feel like this is sort of ancient aliens in the Bible territory to me. It's like, go to Bethlehem, speak to Jesse, it's one of his sons. Now, why it doesn't occur to Samuel to go, hey, God, why don't you just tell me the name of the son of Jesse who's the king of the Israelites, and this is going to be a time saver. You're a busy God. I know you got a lot of stuff to do. That's not how God does it. Go to Bethlehem, find Jesse. It's one of his sons. In Bethlehem, the news of Samuel's arrival made the people tremble, for he was now a great and powerful man. Yeah, hello, Samuel, but not king of the Israelites, just he's the guy who talks to God. But Samuel reassured them, I come in peace to bless you and pray with you. And also pick out the new king of the Israelites. Ouija, yes. Is Jesse's girl the queen? No, it's not Jesse's girl. I wish it was Jesse's girl. I think that's how the song goes. Samuel, don't confuse me with Rick Springfield right now. One by one, 7 of Jesse's sons came to the prophet to be blessed. This is a real time. This is a waster of Samuel's time. Samuel is a powerful man, right? And this is a waste of his time. When Samuel saw the men standing before him, tall and handsome, he thought to himself, surely one of these must be the chosen one. But as each one of the brothers came before him, in turn, he heard the Lord's voice saying, this is not the man. God does not judge the way people do. Do not look at their face, but into their heart. God doesn't realize that our eyes are not able to look into people's heart. That's a metaphor, and you can only do it with people that you know pretty well, not just people that you're meeting for the first time in a lineup situation. Samuel, let's get out all your sons. I'm going to look into their hearts and see which one's the best. That's not a trick that we can do. This is a mistake that the Anunnaki would make. Finally, Samuel turned to Jesse and said, God has chosen none of these men. Are all of your children here? Jesse, all but the youngest, David, and he's out in the fields, looking after the sheep. Fetch him, said Samuel, which is Samuel showing a little bit of restraint now, because if I'm Samuel, I'm like, when I said, go get all your sons, what did you think I meant? Go get all your sons, but not the one who's out with the sheep? I didn't say that. Why would you assume a thing like that? That's not how Samuel is. That's how I might have been, and that's why I'm not in charge of going to meet up with Jesse and find out who's going to be the king of the Israelites. The boy, fresh-faced and strongly built, came running in. So he's not a weakling, David. This is he, said God. Then Samuel took the holy oil and anointed David in front of the whole family. All the other boys. You're not the king. He's the king. This is me anointing. You can't really see that. This is me anointing. All right. This is he, said God. Then Samuel gets out the holy oil, anoints David in front of the whole family, and from that day on, the Spirit of the Lord was with him. And then, we've read this story. The next story in the children's Bible is David and Goliath, and I think we've read this one. But what the heck? It's time for another David and Goliath. And I think that's going to happen next week, for sure. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm in charge, I think I'm in charge of this. I'm loosely in charge of this thing, as long as Lady Jerry's got the TMJ. Rick Springfield hosts an 80s cruise that seems awesome. I'm not a cruise guy, especially after COVID. Dave, you got the true story behind Jesse's Girls with the song was that it was like his buddy Steve's girl or something, and that just didn't sound right. Yeah, well, you do want to change. If you're writing a love song about one of your bros' girlfriends, it's a good idea to change the name of the bro, because when the song comes out, that's going to be awkward. Um, Rachel thinks that the guy's real name is Gary, Gary's girl. Okay, well, there you go. It's Steve, Gary, Vincent, Victor. Anyway, the whole Cinderella theme started here. Yes, if God had sent Samuel a pair of shoes to go try on to all of Jesse's sons, that would have been another way to go. There's a lot of great ideas in this group. I'm telling you, we're small but mighty up here where it counts. All right. Do the Jerrys have birthday plans yet, or are you waiting to see how she feels to make plans? The Jerrys don't have birthday plans yet. Man, I just heard about a great surf beach up by Santa Barbara where we could take the Kimbo spaceship, but I'm not even sure that we could make a resi between now and then. But the guy who was just practicing breaking my arm this morning was telling me about it. So Gary and Goliath, that sounds like a title of a movie that you can download with an anonymous subscription. Yeah, Gary and Goliath. You want to be careful Googling Gary and Goliath because that could go easily wrong. In fact, I'm pretty sure that is a category on the porn sites. Okay, we're at another birthday again. Seems like yesterday, and now we've been here a long time. Jen, look, yes, we've been here a long time. Look, I started in April. I can't believe that we've done this a whole year of all these shows, and it's our birthdays again. I was depressed my last birthday, but I feel pretty good this birthday. You know, I'm not sure what's going on with my career. I did have a coffee today with my friend Kyle Tierman, who is a young man and a professional surfer, and now he's running a web thing sponsored by the Mudwater. They're I don't even know how to describe mud or water to you, but you can Google that. Anyway, he and I were talking about maybe figuring out if there's a way that we could organize a little local comedy night here in our neighborhood. He's recently moved to the neighborhood, so that could happen. Michael weighing in from I think it's Sweden, and I really apologize for never being able to remember that. Really apologize. How can you talk about David and Goliath when Italy beat Spain in the semifinals of the European Soccer Championships? You're really banging this gong, aren't you? I get it. Italy beat Spain in the semifinal European Soccer Championships. Start working on my cultural awareness. Absolutely. Switzerland. Apologies. It is Switzerland. You're neutral. Not like that awful Sweden. I think if I had to choose between Sweden and Switzerland, it would be tough. And prior to you, my acquaintance with you here on the show, I might have chosen Sweden. But now I'm inclined to choose Switzerland. Although proximity to, I'm a big fan of Norway, and we're watching this show Katla right now on the Netflix, and that takes place in Iceland, and it reminds us of our trip that we took there. So anyway, I'm recommending Katla. We're 3 episodes in. Bob, if you really want to shock while trying to download something patriotic, type in Yankee My Doodle, it's dandy. One of your customers used to be in the porn business, and that was his opus. Yankee My Doodle, it's dandy. Oh, man. Bob. Not since the golf cart went into your pond to the course there have I enjoyed one of your comments on the show as much as Yankee My Doodle, it's dandy. Americans don't watch soccer, Jen says. Well, we don't. Although, Ted Lasso, we're making our way through Ted Lasso and loving it. I could watch a third one. Switzerland has cheese and chocolate, and Sweden has what? Well, in America, there was a beer commercial that featured a spoof of Sweden, and they had this thing called the Swedish Bikini Team. It was just buxom blonde ladies. It was completely made up by an American ad agency working for literally the most mainstream beer that we have here. But that would be my first joke answer to what has Sweden got, is the Swedish Bikini Team. And it's truly a stupid joke because that's not something that they even have. But it does have proximity to Norway, which you don't have. All right. Ouija saying, Jen, nobody but Americans watch soccer. Everyone else watches football. Ouija! Ooh! Man, Jen pulled her goalie, and then you shot that one right in. Dave, you're in with the Swedish bikini team. Yes, I'm with you. All right. All right, here, we got a letter from Grandma. There was also one from Charlotte in here, too. But let's just blast through. This is from February 11th, 1984. 24 years old. Received a letter from Mother. That's my mother. And she said you were going to give your comedy skits at Reno and Lake Tahoe at some small clubs. I hope it was well received. It's always fun to go. Reno, biggest little city in the world. It's such a non-aspirational motto that they have that's what I love about Reno. I'm glad Sue is home, and so much unrest in Europe. Wow, now I'm starting to remember these letters from the last time I read them. Talked to Grandma Jay, and she's taking 4 pills a day to feel better. I'm taking more than 4 pills a day to feel better. But they're vitamins, really. They're not doctor prescribed. I prescribe the vitamins around here. Hasn't played cards for a while. It's tough when you're feeling so poorly that you're not even playing cards. But I don't play cards now. That's how I prevent this from happening. They get Meals on Wheels, but still go out to eat sometimes. Oh, Meals on Wheels. When do you get to sign up for that? We had a blizzard beginning Saturday evening, 10:30 p.m., and vicious winds. Wow, Grandma, I'm loving vicious winds. I'm loving that adjective to describe the winds. February 4th, all night, and the middle of the afternoon, Sunday the 5th. Snow almost top of our lilac, and the back room was full. Never had that much before. Charlotte cleaned 3/4 pailfuls of snow from between the 2 north windows upstairs. So it's blowing in between the window and the storm window, which tells you something about the quality of the storm windows they've got. You can take 3/4 of a pailful of snow out from between those 2 windows. There's some poor workmanship going on there. The man across from the elevator building, and that's a grain elevator, has 4 fox pens in the 2nd West Field. Expects to sell the fur. Yeah, those foxes. That's why he shot out those streetlights, if you remember. And some pens at his sister's house in the country. We ate pancakes and sausage at the grain elevator, February 7th, and it was good. I bet. I'd love some pancakes and sausage for dinner. I think I have my income tax done, but haven't been to the attorney to have him fill it out. Oh, you're getting a lawyer to do your taxes. That's some highfalutin grandma business right there. She's doing her laundry in a washing machine that's got a crank wringer on it, but she's going to a lawyer to take care of her taxes. Grandma, she knows what's what. Charlotte made cookies Friday. Wish you had a taste. Who doesn't? I do. I do too. The fog has been terrible the last few days. A little sunshine today, February 12th. The young people served dinner today for $4. Ham, corn, scalloped potatoes, Jell-O, and corn. Wow, they doubled up on the corn. $80 is the camp price, and they want to earn enough to go to camp. $80, so it's probably $80 a person at $4 a pop for breakfast. You got to sell 20 breakfasts just for one kid to go to camp. There's only 200 people who live in Lincoln, so you do the math, but they might have to do a couple of weekends. Hope you're lucky with your comedy skits. Mrs. Shelton thinks Grandma Jay is failing. Maybe Lyle will be home before long. That's my uncle, my dad's brother. Lots of love, Grandma. Just heard from Mother, said your comedy skits were well received. How about that? It lets you off the hook with this. We thought it was going to be a cliffhanger. But my comedy skits were well received. For the most part, my comedy skits have been well received in my life. I'm lucky, knock on wood, that that's the case. And I'd like to get out there and transmit my comedy skits to some more people, see how they're received. I think I'd like to do that, but then who knows? Okay. What about Lingerie Football League? Okay, Michael, you've piqued my interest. If Switzerland has a Lingerie Football League, I'm in. Ouija's saying Reno is so close to hell that you could see sparks. That's kind of a map joke for everybody who isn't familiar with Nevada. It's a topology. I think it's just cartography. Jen, you're taking handfuls of pills to feel better. Yeah, you got to do it. Drinking bucketfuls of Bud Light seltzers to feel better. Dave, everybody's got their own solutions of how to feel good. Dave keeps trying to convince you that Bud Light seltzers are diabetic friendly. Jen, yeah, I don't know. I'm no doctor, but I would say it's worth a try. No, they're not diabetic friendly, Jen. Well, you know best. Comedy, I thought it's a documentary. This is documentary. I don't know. I'm a little confused right now. So where are we? Oh, it's almost time. It's almost time for Seasons Day. How about a sip of coffee? Oh, a little bit of news for tomorrow's show. I think tomorrow's show is a no-go because I've got to take, I think Fanula and Lady Jerry may both have doctor's appointments, and I have to drive because Lady Jerry's seeing double right now. And that's, if you're seeing double, don't drive. And that goes for you, Dave. Those Bud Light seltzers. If you're seeing double, don't drive. And maybe have a spacer in there. Get a Bud Zero or whatever those. I think Bud Zero. They do make Bud Zero now. In fact, I know they do because I had one on our little trip in the Kimbo. I'm still a fan mostly of the Heineken Zero if I'm drinking zero beer. But the Bud Zero was not too bad. All right. Neither does Everclear. I've had a drop of that too, not for diabetic reasons, more like waking up in other states reasons. Yeah, Jen. Everclear. That's a young person's drink, and it's, when I say young, I also mean stupid. All right. You're seeing triple, Dave. Yeah. Well, it's time to seize the day. If you can remember, if you can figure out which one of those 3 days is the right one, it's time to seize the day. Seize the day. So there'll be no show tomorrow, Wednesday, unless there's a break in the action and I accidentally show up. But let's just assume there's not going to be a Wednesday show this week. So I'm going to see you again Thursday. But today's seize the day. Here we go. Jake Gyllenhaal. This is from Jake Gyllenhaal. Fellow Jake. Jaking it up, seizing the day. Jake Gyllenhaal seized the day. Cindy weighing in on the Heineken Zero at Riverfest last weekend. Not too bad. Yeah, I would say they're not too bad. Makes you feel like you're having a beer, but you're not having a beer. And sometimes you have a beer and you feel like you had a beer in not a good way. So yeah, that's the reason for it. Oh, you made it on time for Seize the Day, Laura. Yes, you did. Today, Seize the Day. Jake Gyllenhaal, seizing the day today. Don't listen to what anyone says except the people who encourage you. If it's what you want to do and it's within yourself, then keep going and try and do it for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. This seems like some young man sees the day. I mean, I don't know about a lot of things. Well, I guess there are things I want to do. I thought I wanted to do comedy for the rest of my life, and I guess I do. Don't listen to what anybody says except the people who encourage you. That's solid advice right there. I mean, you do want to listen to people who are like, hey, I'm pretty sure you're going to break your arm if you try that. But if as long as you know that they know what they're talking, if it's what you want to do and it's within yourself, then keep going and try and do it for the rest of your life. Yeah. Good advice. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, everybody. Oh, the fun meter is at maximum. Boy, I haven't taken my temperature in a while before we wrap this out. What is my temp? Oh. 97.8. I'm doing okay. All right. I think I'm going to be sleeping in the Kimbo in the driveway tonight, just for a little experiment around here. I'll see you guys all on Thursday. Have a great night. Take care of each other. Laura, Rice Krispie update. Quick, let's do this. I really need... pretty sure you're going to break your arm, but I'm totally behind that. Ouija, now you're talking about jiu-jitsu. All right, I will tell Belinda, I will send Belinda your love, and take care of yourselves and each other, and be nice to somebody nice today. Let's do that. Be nice to somebody nice today. And I'll see you guys all on Thursday. Don't give up. There'll be plenty of time to give up later. Love to love you.